Customer, were you happy? Anything you want to critique me on? Do I suck? Am I good? Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the program. In this edition, we're working on a SsangYong Musso. Let's go check this car out. I believe this is one of those Chinese kind of cars that have been coming in lately, like the GWM Cannons, the Havels, this, that, the other. What's actually really cool about these are it has discs up the front and the back. And what's even better up the back, the handbrake is in the actual drum there. This will be exactly like changing the front pretty much. That is to say, on most dual cab Utes you have drum brakes which need to be adjusted and cleaned and changed and all that every now and then, but luckily for us this is essentially like a passenger car. I'll be doing the front and rear brake pads and rotors, so let's check out this SsangYong and see what the deal is. So here it is, the big old front brake. You can see he's gotten down just before the metal. Got a dusty caliper as well. It's got a decent little lip on it, so... Oh, actually that's pretty bad. Uh-oh, dog's gotten out. Anyway, so usual treatment. That was extremely dusty. Reminds me of a lot of the Volkswagens actually, that every time you got to change the pads and rotors on them because they just bear, because the rotors always have massive lips on them. 2 bolts have been removed from the brake caliper, pull towards you a little bit, and then everything should just come straight off. Oh yeah. That to a brand newie. So from there, standard kind of protocol, we're going to compress these pistons in. When I'm working on your car, doing brakes, and you need to compress the pistons in, there are many ways you can do this. You can use a C clamp, G clamp, whatever letter of the alphabet you prefer. Probably seen me use it before, but I'm going to show you again exactly how I use it. You simply place it into the brake caliper, make sure the brake reservoir cap is open, and start to ratchet away. With these twin piston calipers, you really want to push these in evenly, and this will also tell you if there is any issue with either piston, as in one piston may compress and one may not. But as you can see, this is real time, as easy as it gets to compress these pistons in. This is why I do it like this, so there's no mucking about, no stress, no drama. As you can see, it's bottomed out. Now you just put it in reverse. Easy as that. Anyway, so once this is being compressed, now we got to clean it. They were definitely
on the middle?
Nah, just getting to the point where she was about to be. This was the inside one, so yeah, this one definitely was just about to really start getting stuck in. So now's time is as good as any, I suppose. But anyway, to get into these vehicles, it's pretty cheap, you know what I mean? And most of the stuff is excellent value for money, but obviously some of the stuff like this, even those MGs, my brother bought an MG, wore out in 40,000 Ks. And he doesn't drive like a hoon, you know what I mean? Quick visual of all the brake dust that builds up on these. I'm going to give this a quick clean and show you before. Well, this is the before actually, and I'll show you an after. And you'll see all the dust go crazy when I start to clean it. It's like I say to this camera all the time when people watch me, I don't give a shit when people watch. Your house, your car, your rules. It's not a shop. You know what I mean? I go home and watch people work on shit, so yeah, it's one of those ones. Alright. From there, hold your breath. Then spray it down with some brake clean. Give it a wipe down. This isn't even done yet, but here's the after. Massive difference. You can go the Cannon like everyone else. Yeah. Fair enough, man. Here's sweet. Like here's perfect. So no problem there.
I saw your vlog.
Heaps of good thumbs up, eh? Yeah, it makes a massive difference. because there's a lot of, you know, you're messaging people on Facebook, you want to be sure they're not, yeah.
And you can't take that either.
No, you can't, that's right. And you can, like, Facebook is super strict. We're cleaning this, by the way, I should have mentioned that. Pull this off, clean everything, blah, 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 blah. Work. So then, that's what I say when you want to watch, yeah, hang out. I show people freaking the whole video. I don't mind having a chat either. Clean that, clean under there, make sure to do the other side as well. Clean these up and then re-grease them. I'm talking to the customer, I don't know if I'm editing this in or out, but we're talking YouTube pay. I believe it's 10,000 watch hours and 1,000 subscribers, and then you get monetized. Grease on the slide pins. That's way too much. I got distracted. About that much. Slight film. All right, so this rotor is held on by 2 screws. The reason they do this is because it's what they do on the factory assembly line. So rather than having the rotor flop around and fall off, they do this to hold it on. I put them back in just because they did it in the factory. I want to keep everything factory compliant. A lot of people get rid of them, but I'm going to put them back in. So the easiest way to get these out, without absolutely rounding them off and sitting here for the next 4 hours, get yourself one of these impact screwdrivers and go bang, bang, bang. That's one. And we do the same thing on this side. Now, we do not risk rounding the heads of these and having to drill them out. Straight off. We're going to compare that, make sure we got the right rotor. Before we do this though, we're going to quickly give this a little bit of a clean. From there, spray it down a little bit of brake clean. Don't have to go too crazy, but be generous. Chuck a little bit of anti-seize on the face of the hub. Don't freak out, I'm using my finger. The paintbrush actually broke on it. Or I should say the anti-seize brush broke. This helps prevent it sticking in the future and having any issues coming off, because this guy is near the salt water, so he needs to take his rotor off. We don't want him smashing this hub and damaging his wheel bearing when we can afford it. Now, obviously we don't want to touch anything with our anti-seized hands, so wash your hands, clean your hands off. Don't go crazy chucking a ton of anti-seize on this, because it will throw it around and you don't actually want to get on your brakes. This one is not painted, so brake clean to get this oil off. Wipe it down with a clean rag. Line it up. We install the screws. Hey, how you doing?
Not too bad. How's everything? Good?
It's going to be excellent by the time I'm done. Obviously, the benefit of cleaning all of your hardware and whatnot prior is you can reinstall everything without mucking about. And these are very, just like most Utes, very straightforward. Nothing too crazy, but all of the little steps you see me do are what is going to make this thing last. And obviously the quality of parts you're using. A lot of these kind of Chinese, cheaper brand cars to get in, they're really good value, this, that, the other. Can't really knock it, but it's just the kind of things that wear out quick. So these brakes, they only done 50,000 Ks, so that's why we're not replacing them with factory parts. We're using aftermarket stuff, which I've used before and know they're going to last. All right, check a little bit of grease on the back of the pad. Don't go crazy, just a slight film. A little bit on the ears here. Reinstall. Make sure it moves freely. Same thing. Now these are directional. Make sure you put these two divots, dots on the inside. Again, slight film of grease, nothing too crazy. Bang, bang, straight in. Boom, bada bing, bada boom. Caliper back on. Now everything is extremely clean. These pads do not have the position where you can put these pins back in. It's not totally necessary, especially on this style of caliper. But if we have any issues, any drama, my warranty will cover the work and so will the parts. So that is our guarantee to the customer. Nice and free moving. All right, one down, we'll jump at the back, do the other one. I might do some how-tos for the other two sides if you guys at home want to give it a crack. Remember, I'm not responsible for any damages that may happen to your vehicle. Any work you do on your vehicles, you are liable for, not me. This is just a entertainment channel. All right, pulled off the rear. The rear pads are extremely low, so check this out. As you can see, they definitely need to be changed. Same kind of procedure. It's really dusty, this, that, the other. Make sure when you do this, handbrake is down because it's in the drum, but make sure everything's secure. Car ain't gonna roll away. This, that, the other. If the audio drops off, it's because this receiver has died. I'm gonna go to the camera mic. Like, these are real dusty setups. Like, it's just no two ways about it. These pads are about as cheap as you can put on a car to produce this much dust. Like at the end of a Bendix cycle of pads or Ultima ceramic or anything like that, you do not get this. These are a solid rotor here. Generally speaking, if you wanted to pad slap this, you probably could get away with it because you're not going to get the shuttle like you do up the front. It doesn't really have a big lip on it, so keep that in mind if you're ever going to do pads and rotors. We're going to do rotors for the customer because that's what he requested, and that's what we're going to do. How are we looking? I'm going to compress it a touch more. Can you tell me if it's going to...
You got the neck left.
You reckon? All right, fine. Oh, that's heaps actually. In the servicing, they top it up without realizing that you don't really need to top up fluid like that. That up. I'm just going to use the old pliers to compress this because these are a really small caliper or piston in the caliper. From there, we're going to clean everything up as we do. These are super low. Definitely worth changing them. So that's low too, so there you go, eh? Varying pretty evenly, so that's a good sign. Here's the before. All right, obviously nice and clean, ready to go. Grease these. This looks like this rotor is just going to come off, like so. No dramas there. Now, moment of truth. Did they give us the right stuff? Because there's two different sizes for this apparently, and well, we did everything we could to make sure we got the right size. Like professionals, we got the correct one. This is what the handbrake shoes look like. Realistically, you don't ever really need to think about changing these because they don't work unless the car is stopped, and by that I mean you only use them when the car is stopped. When you go for a drive, you shouldn't really have any problem. Again, a little bit of anti-seize. This will definitely help if you have any issues in the future wanting to take this off. All right, so the reason this rotor looks different to the front is because instead of it having oil on it, it is actually painted. That most people call this like a geomat finish. So just make sure to spray it down with some brake clean before you install it. But it will make some noise when you go for a spin the first time, but then it'll burn off pretty quickly. Chuck a lug nut. It'll just help the reinstallation process. Anyway, usual stuff, throw everything back together. Alright, so now, as usual, new pads coming at you. These pads don't have a direction, as in you can put them on the inside or outside, but generally speaking, I always put this little wear indicator facing down, so this will go on the inside. Film of grease. All right, so that's done. Luckily, everything fits, everything is the right size. We don't have to make 2 trips like usual. But anyway, jump on the other side, do that, do a how-to on that side, go for a spin with the customer, see what he reckons. It's recording, so just make sure you get my ugly head in it and we're good. Anything we say that's going to get us cancelled, I'll edit out. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are in the cockpit of the vehicle, everyone's favorite word. What we're going to be doing, as usual, fresh gloves, by the way, don't kill me in the comments. We're going to be going for a spin, making sure the brakes feel really good, making sure they stop, making sure he has no issues. Now, we expect a little sound from the rear of the vehicle due to the geomat or the painted rotors. Feeling for shuddering, shakes, squeaks, squeals, anything that doesn't feel good. We're feeling for a terrible pedal feel. Pedal feel feels fine to me. Alright, I think we're clear. Oh, the SsangYong's got a bit of a punch to it. Alright. So we're not going to go too far till we do this first test. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit the brakes. Probably about maybe 20%. Have a little listen. Not too bad. Normally you do feel that geomat finish from the front a lot more, but in saying that, is the mic on? Yeah. In saying that, we should be good to go. Speed up to about maybe 60k an hour, 50% braking in 3, 2, 1. Nice and quiet, no shuddering through the pedal. Quickly slow down again at this roundabout. 3, 2, 1. Customer's recording me, he's cameraman now, he's coming along for the ride to make sure his brakes have been changed correctly, and so far they feel good. Wait for our opportunity here. Oops, should have known that, driving the Volkswagen. I'm going to take him through a real bedding in process now, so 60 Ks, slow it down a few times. 3, 2, 1. Feels good. That beeping is just lane departure. Speed up again. Very good, nice and quiet. Were they making sound before? At the back?
Oh yeah, when you reverse back.
Oh, that's right.
Or when you brake down.
Slow it down. Alright, we'll do one more decent brake from a good speed and then just do a slow crawl. This is kind of to simulate the shopping center kind of creeping around at about 10k an hour, school run pickup type thing. And now what's good about where we are is, whoops, oh you got that there, I won't go too far just there. We can listen for any squeaking, scratching, squealing. I don't hear anything. We'll go again. Pull over. Really at a crawl now. Still on the brakes. That sounds good. I don't think there's any issues. I will let the customer have one feel of the pedal before we go, but I'm going to end the video here. All right, customer, were you happy? Anything you want to critique me on? Do I suck? Am I good?
Very good. Good communication. Well, put the brakes on, so everything's working well. So thank you very much, Ian.
No worries. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching. Like, share, subscribe, check out the other stuff. If you're in the Brisbane, Gold Coast, Ipswich area, hit the link here somewhere and I will contact you, or you'll contact me to fix your brakes, I suppose. If you want to check out anything you saw that you want to buy from that online store, hit the link up here or down below. Other than that, thank you so much for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.